All right, everybody. Well, thanks for being here. My name is Tony Procopio. I'm one of the founders here at Think Plus, along with my business partners, Jim, Brendan, and Ed Kenny. And man, we have a lot of things happening right now. There are some major things happening with our company. I know I'm letting people in from the waiting room, so appreciate everybody popping in. We are on our second Blitz meeting that we have going on. So we're going to talk about that as well. Lots of great things happening here at Think Plus. So we're going to talk about joining the movement and sharing the power. We're specifically going to focus on the state of Illinois. Okay, now that doesn't mean you have to live in Illinois to take advantage of what we're doing. And it doesn't mean that you have to, be from Illinois to take advantage of what we're doing. So just make sure that you understand a little bit about to make sure that you understand a little bit about what we have going on. You can take advantage of this from any state in the United States. Okay, so just want to clear that up right out of the gate. All right, let's talk about our battery blitz. We are in full steam ahead mode in the state of Illinois. We are about to drop something on the state of Illinois that nobody saw coming. It's come out of nowhere because of some things that have happened just overall within the state incentives and things like that that are happening within the state. There's major, major energy here in Illinois. All right, so I just want to keep everybody up to date on that. We're going to talk to you about the Think Plus Network. Who is the Think Plus Network? Well, we are a community. We are creating value for everyone. We're partnered with a company that lets you focus on building relationships while you're providing real value for customers. And that's the key, providing real value for customers. Hang on, you guys. Let me just, I'm going to ask, let's see. Let me just make sure that I have Lynette, if that's okay. I think I made Chris a co-host as well. Lynette, I'm going to make you a co-host as well, just in case you can let people in from the waiting room. Just want to make sure that the videos are playing through properly. So good stuff there. All right, and we're empowering you. We're going to help you build income by helping customers make smarter energy choices. We have a platform already that is really, just igniting this industry. We have a community of collaborative, welcoming network of entrepreneurs. We're definitely passionate about what we can do to help you and what you can do to help people that you know. And we have an opportunity with real power to pursue the life that you envision. Maybe you're looking to do something on a part-time basis, side by side with your regular profession. Maybe you're one of the 80 million people in the United States who have a side hustle. Well, we have the way for you to create a side hustle. It could be a plan B that can turn into a plan A very quickly. Or maybe it's a plan C that can turn into a plan A very quickly. So here's our CEO's goal. See, most companies have a goal. They say, well, we're going to be $1 billion company. Well, you know what? We are definitely going to be that. We just had the direct selling news put out that we're a $150 million company, us and our parent company, after 3 years of business. So we will definitely be $1 billion company, but our CEO's goal is to have $1 billion of customer savings. That is a big deal. See, if you're doing that, that means you're focused on the customer. We have a customer-centric company here, and it's all because of energy prices that are on the rise. It's just crazy what is going on out in the marketplace when you look at what's happening with energy. Prices are definitely rising. Your electric bills are definitely higher than they were 3 years ago. It's because of data centers and artificial intelligence and global instability and conflicts. It's top of mind for everyone. You cannot avoid it. Prices are going to go up. And these data centers and artificial intelligence, they're trying to suck all of the energy out of the market, creating this incredible supply shortage, which makes demand high, supply short, prices go up. So what are you going to do about it? Well, we provide smart energy choices to our customers. That is our focus here at Think Energy. And we're solving a lot of common pain points. Instead of bait and switch pricing and poor customer service and early termination fees and hidden fees, instead, we're talking about fixed products with real value, customer service excellent, flexibility, contract flexibility, as well as transparent pricing. We're going to get into our battery program in just a sec, but I want to share with you the on-ramp, the way to get onto the battery program. Okay, because it all starts with a platform called AutoSave, which is now taking America by storm. We've started this in DC, Delaware, Illinois, New Jersey, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. And with AutoSave, we're the only company, this is proprietary technology. You'll never pay more than the utility. Check out this quick video on AutoSave.
Welcome to AutoSave, the easiest way to save money on electricity automatically. No more shopping around, no fees, no risk. Just guaranteed savings anytime Think Energy is your supplier. Everyone uses energy differently, yet most people pay the same price. We believe you should be rewarded for being a smart energy user. With AutoSave, your Think Energy rate is personalized just for you. Here's how it works. You sign up for AutoSave. We review your personalized Think Energy rate offer every month. If your personalized rate offer can beat the utility's price to compare, we switch you. If not, you're served by the utility. We look for savings every month so you don't have to. And as you can see, over time, your savings can really add up. If there's an opportunity to save with Think Energy, it'll happen, all upside, with the peace of mind of the utility's standard rate as your safety net. Simple, risk-free, and automatic. And you'll always know what's happening. We actively monitor your savings potential and notify you if your energy supply changes. Still the same utility, still the same bill. Just guaranteed savings anytime Think Energy is your supplier, with no interruption to your service. AutoSave is all upside, and you'll have peace of mind knowing that you'll never pay more than your utility's standard rate. That's AutoSave. No fees, no stress, no risk. Just guaranteed savings anytime Think Energy is your supplier, automatically.
What an incredible platform we have here with AutoSave, and never pay more than the utility. I mean, prices never go above the utility. You just sign up once, you can set it and forget it. Who wouldn't want that? You know, most customers, they've already tried trying another supplier out in states that are deregulated, and you know what? They've been burned. They signed up for a service, and after 6 months or a year, they forgot to renew. And guess what happened? That company just jacked up their rate to a rate that was, and now they lost all of their savings, or they were put on a variable rate that's way above the utility. So that's why we have this. Look, 65% of customers in the state of Illinois are with the utility. I mean, that's all 2/3 of customers. Think about that. Look at in the state of Pennsylvania, which is one of our next states to that we're going to launch the battery program in, 76%. And look at the state of New Jersey, another state where we're going to end up having this battery platform coming there soon. 94% of customers are with the utility. That brings us to our home battery program in Illinois, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Texas. Now we're launching in Illinois first. That we've already started piloting this program in Texas, and we have many customers already on this platform. But I want you to take a look at this quick video on the home battery program. And Lynette, if you're on, or Chris, if you're on, did that last video, I'm getting a couple messages saying that the video was low volume. Did you guys hear it okay?
I heard it just fine. No, I heard it just fine.
Okay, great. Just want to make sure. All right, very good. So check out this quick, thank you, Lynette. Check out this quick video on the home battery program, and then we're going to fill in the gaps, talk about how you can make some money with this, and how this revolutionary technology is something that you can be first to market with and revolutionize what you're doing with your income and what you're doing with your community. So here's the home battery program.
Every summer we see it. Record heat, record energy demand, and the same story on repeat. Regular outages, soaring prices, a grid pushed to the breaking point.
The Earth is still hot, and so is the demand for electricity.
More energy is better than less energy.
With the rise of AI technology, demand on power plants is increasing.
Here's the thing. The grid we all depend on was built more than 100 years ago, for a time when electricity flowed one way, from a few big power plants to every home and business. But that world has changed. Today, millions of devices draw power every second. Demand for electricity keeps growing, but the grid hasn't kept pace. And it's not steady. Some hours we have plenty of power, others we're short. That's why electricity now costs different amounts at different times of day. When demand peaks, energy gets expensive. And when we need less energy, it's cheap. And this means consumers have to work harder and pay more for less reliable energy. Until now. A quiet revolution has started. Home batteries can now store energy when it's cheap or abundant, and use or even sell it back when it's needed most. Link thousands of those batteries together with smart software, and you get something entirely new, called a virtual power plant. Instead of waiting for a distant generator to fire up, these connected devices can instantly feed energy back into the grid. The grid pays providers for this support. Those earnings can be shared with customers, lowering costs for the homeowners whose batteries made it possible. For consumers, that means significantly lower costs, predictable rates, and backup power when the grid fails, along with a direct role in building a cleaner, more resilient energy system. We are reshaping how electricity works as we're preparing to bring this idea to scale.
Think Plus will be partnering with a next-generation virtual power plant, connecting homes, batteries, and people into one intelligent energy network.
Our consumers will pay much less for even more reliable energy with backup power for their homes. And when enough homes join, the grid gets stronger and energy becomes something we all share. This is the power of connection.
Coming soon from Think Plus.
Coming soon is right. The EcoFlow Ocean Pro. We have chosen this company, EcoFlow, to partner with. We chose them, they chose us. They're growing in leaps and bounds, so are we. They have a technology platform, this Ocean Pro technology, that won the best invention of 2025. They're already trusted by all these retailers that you see. They have millions of customers. And this is an incredible platform, a very high technology platform. We're bringing this to market. So incredible what we have. You saw some of the pictures in this imagery. It's just amazing. The home battery offer is coming soon. You're going to get the full scope of this offer very soon. But what we know right now is this is a simple and compelling customer value proposition in Illinois. We're talking about 15-year guaranteed savings versus the price to compare. That's what the PTC means. Price to compare with the local utility company. We're talking about automatic backup power instantaneously if the power goes out. It doesn't go out for you. You wouldn't even know it's out if you have one of these batteries installed on your home. We know that there's no cost to install. Look at that little graphic on the bottom right. Up to 4 EcoFlow Ocean Pro 10 kilowatt hour batteries at no cost. That's $15,000 to $30,000 whole home battery backup system installed, and you heard it right, at zero cost. I know people sit there and they say, that sounds too good to be true. It does sound too good to be true until you realize that it isn't, because we have a way to be able to bring these batteries at no cost and actually make it profitable for us, but not charge you anything and then save you money or help you get guaranteed savings versus the price to compare. So you'll be enjoying peace of mind during blackouts. It's just amazing what this technology is and how it can help you. It can help the grid. And it can help you earn some money in the process for bringing this to your networks first before anybody knows about it. We're having a massive launch event in Illinois. This is going to be in Oak Lawn, Illinois at the Hilton Oak Lawn, June 9th, 7 p.m. Central. Our CEO, Michael Falquist, is going to be there. Our CGO, Chief Growth Officer, Charlotte Gervers, will be there. Lots of leadership. Kelly Broughton, our Senior Director of Training and Leadership Development, is going to be there as well. It is amazing. You can scan the QR code right there, or you can go to that link that you see, bit.ly/battery launch. bit.ly/battery launch. Get yourself registered. There's going to be new tools to share with customers. You're going to see the entire process, learn how to win, bring your certification certificate, because we're already starting to certify people, and you'll get in a raffle. And then you'll also be able to extend a battery promotion that we're going to talk about just for being at this event. Now, what we also know is this will be Cook County, Illinois. This is like Chicago and everything else around Chicago, right? We're talking about a massive opportunity here. Have to own your home, a single family home, a 600 credit score. That's all we're looking for. Guys, I just did some due diligence on that over the last couple of days. It's like there's like 90+% of people in Illinois have a 600 or more credit score, and people who own their own home, a single family home, it's even a higher percentage. So this is designed for everyone, right? Usage, 8,000 kilowatt hours a year. What does that mean? Well, maybe you may not know what a kilowatt hour is. It doesn't matter. But what we know is that that's lower than the average usage for an average customer for electricity residential. So you want to have no solar system on your home and no existing whole battery backup on your home. That qualifies you. We're talking about a potential 1.8 million out of the 3.1 million customers in the ComEd territory in Cook County. So this is just an amazing platform that we're having. We're going to get a lot more details about this. We're also doing things like in the state of Texas, we have smart thermostat programs, proprietary technology called Think Smart. No one else has it, helping people save money, reduce their costs. We also have another program called Community Solar, which is now taking the country by storm as well. We're now in 11 states with this program. And it's something where you don't have to buy any solar panels. You just sign up, and solar farms are being built all over the country, and you can just sign up and get a discount on your electric bill. Just there's ways for people to just go onto a website for an advisor that has a customer sign up site and put in your zip code. You can see all the products that are available to you. This is now a nationwide opportunity in the green states that you see, and expanding as well. But what we're really focused on is this state of Illinois, because what is happening with the home battery program? We thought that Texas would be first to market because we started there in a beta, in a pilot. We're still in the beta. We're still in the pilot there. We're going to launch that state just like Illinois is launching on June 10th. The 9th is our big event. We're launching on June 10th. So we're like about just over a week away, you guys, from launching. And all eyes are on the state of Illinois. And it does not matter where you live. See, everybody, if you just go ask people, do you know anybody in Chicago? You're going to get a yes from pretty much everybody that you ask. Yeah, I know people out in Chicago. I know people out in Illinois. Why? You need to see this program. You need to get on this Blitz that we're doing. You need to be here to be in the know about what is happening. See, we're investing in communities. We're not the traditional model where we're putting out millions of dollars into advertising space for it to go to advertisers. No, we're giving it back to you, the person who gets the word out about this. Our CEO, Michael Falquist, said it best. He said, if done right with a laser focus on products that are great for the customer, and a community that attracts world-class entrepreneurs, which we have done, then network marketing, or word of mouth, which is what network marketing is, the best form of advertising in the world, word of mouth. It's the perfect vehicle for positive change. We pay. How do you earn as an energy advisor? Well, from a high-level perspective, we have customer acquisition bonuses every time you sign up a customer, plus residual income, plus bonuses for rank advancing. And if you'd like to build a team of other people who do the same thing as you do, gather some customers, help people save some money, and teach people to do the same thing, then you can have a long-term business that will pay you more than what you have available to you in your own time and effort. It can outpace your own time and effort. So we have something amazing here. It's only $59 to join our team as an energy advisor and have your own suite in the energy sector. Like you own a piece of the energy sector with arguably one of the fastest growing, if not the fastest growing business in the energy sector. I mean, here we are. We've been featured in all different publications for how fast we're growing and what we're doing. So you guys, $59, no monthly fees. That's it. You'll have websites that are personalized to you. It's a business in a box, ready to go. All the certification training that goes along with it just takes less than an hour to get certified. And now let's talk about the battery compensation. The home battery process is very simple. You enroll customers onto our autosave platform, or in Texas, onto fixed rate platforms. That's what you do. That's all you do. Then our company, corporate, goes in and pre-qualifies those customers. And then step 3 is they let you know who those customers are so you can reach out to them and say, hey, guess what? You qualify for this home battery backup. You need to check this thing out. This is something we can do for you at no cost. You're going to make extra bonuses for bringing in customers on autosave. We normally make $20 for each one. Now, this month, there's an extra bonus there up to $50. You can make up to $70 per customer. And then when they get pre-qualified for the battery, during this period, there's a standard compensation with our battery program. You will earn, as an energy advisor who just started with our company, $100 on top of that, up to $70 we talked about from the autosave enrollment. And then up to $300 as you move through our ranks and become a regional energy advisor, senior energy advisor, and director. There's more on top of that as well, because our battery bonanza bonus that starts and goes through July 9th, that should say June 10th, but basically the 10th through the 9th of July, that first month, an extra $250 on top of everything else that we already talked about. 150 from July 10th to August 9th, and 100 from August 10th to August 31st. And if you go to our launch event in Illinois on June 9th, you'll be grandfathered in, and you'll actually have that $100, that 250, that 150. You're talking about having that $100 bonus be extended all the way through. It will not end on August 31st. It'll go all the way through the end of the year. So when all the dust is settled and you're making all this upfront money, plus look at that little thing at the bottom, 15 years of residual income every time customers pay their electricity bill. Amazing platform that we have. Guys, it all boils down to this, and we've just started the certification process for people to get certified on this and do this. You can come aboard right now, get certified and up and running before this hits so that you're ahead of the wave. You still have time. You're way ahead of the wave. That's a great place to be. All right? So what happens, what we're talking about, when all the dust settles, is you earning anywhere from $395 to $620 for every autosave customer that you sign up, who then gets pre-qualified by our company without you doing anything, and then you would notify that customer and they get a battery installed at their home. $395 to $620. That's the money that's on the table. Facts are facts. Well, what if I do 10? Well, then it's 10 times 395 to 620. Okay, well, what if I do 100 or 500? Can I do 1,000? Yeah, it would be 1,000 times 395 to 620. You guys, there's a lot of money in this program, and we haven't even talked about the residuals. You can learn all of that through our full compensation plan. You can check that out. The person who invited you here can get you that. We have 9 different ways of getting paid. We're just touching on a few of them right now. So join our community. It is an amazing platform that we have. Become a valued customer, stay connected, join as an energy advisor. Do all of them if you can, but it doesn't matter where you live. It just matters where you know, or can you find people who know people in those states. I mean, we have people walking around in like the state of Maine and California from coast to coast, people in Florida, asking people, do you know anybody in Illinois? Yes. Do you know anybody in Chicago? Yes. Let's get them on the phone. Let's tell them what's going on. Let's get them a quick video. Let's bring them to this Blitz that we're doing. Let's get them to one of our launch events. I'll be one of the first people to welcome you to the team. It's just amazing what we have our hands on here, you guys. This is week 1 of our battery blitz. We started at 1 p.m. today, now 8 p.m. Eastern. We're done tomorrow, 1 p.m. And then Wednesday, 1 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern, and Friday, 1 p.m. And that's week 1. We're going to do the same thing on week 2, from Monday, 6/8 through Friday, 6/12. Got a lot of presentations to do here, a lot of blitzing to do. It's crazy what is happening with our company. And tomorrow night is our Empower Hour. So if you're an energy advisor, you definitely need to be on here Tuesday, June 2nd, 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central. You need to be on to get the updates of what is happening in real time. This is happening so quickly, it's hard to keep up with it. We have our Partners Plus leadership call on June 3rd. We're at 9:30 Eastern. We're actually going to have people from the state of Texas who have the battery already. They're going to be sharing their testimony of, how did I get the battery? What did I do to get it? What does it do after I got it? Like, exciting stuff. Like, what do my electricity bills look like before and after the battery? So you're going to be able to find out all this exciting stuff that's coming to Illinois in about 8 days. That's where we are. 8 days to prepare. Get yourself prepared. Again, that battery launch event is June 9th, 7 p.m. Central. You might want to get there early to have a little meet and greet, and then scan the QR code that you see on the screen, or you can go to that link, that simple link, bit.ly/battery launch, and you'll be able to register for that event. We want you to register so we know that you're coming. And we'll get to some Q&A now. So if anybody has any questions, feel free. We can probably just do questions right here. I'll call if you raise your hand, right? Sit there, raise your hand, and we'll go from there. And I'll put up on the screen a little bit about our focus during pre-launch. But let's see. Let's see who we have. Let me go back to our screen here, and I see Chaim. Ask to unmute. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Hey, quick question. So the batteries are going to be a separate entity?
So if someone's an autosave customer, we're gonna get paid on the autosave and on the battery for them for residual?
We have residual from them being an autosave customer. The residual is not specific to the battery, but the bonuses, the upfront bonuses, are specific to the battery. So you're going to get double paid. You're going to get paid upfront bonuses on the autosave customer and upfront bonuses on the battery customer. And then you're going to get that 15 years of residual on the autosave customer, because in order to have the battery, you have to be a customer. All right. Appreciate that. So great question. I see Lisa.
So the autosave
go right ahead. Oh, did I lose you there? For some reason, you're cutting out on me. Are you still there, Chaim? Yeah, for some reason I can't. I'm not catching you right now.
So the battery does not get its own residual, or it does?
The battery does not have residual attached to it. Our electricity plans have residual attached to them.
Got it.
But
we'll get the residual automatically. They have to continue being an autosave.
Yeah, because when someone has the battery attached to their home, they're going to have the battery there for 15 years. So that means you're going to get 15 years of residual from the autosave customer. Yes.
And they can never get disconnected, so it'll never go down to half pay. So that's the bonus.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. So yeah, lots of money up front.
Got it. And will there be money like up front for even people who are not directly? If you're, let's say, a regional director, you'll get paid a proportion like the same way you get for autosave if someone's 3 levels down?
Yes, we have, absolutely. So we have all of the regular compensation plan that's there. There's leadership bonuses there. There's promotional bonuses as well as coded and rank bonuses. Absolutely. So there's upfront bonuses for the entire team.
Will it count as its own points, or it only counts as the autosave points?
Autosave points, and then there'll be additional points for the battery customer as well.
So we'll help towards ranking up also.
You'll be able to rank up very quickly as you rank up through this compensation plan, for sure. No doubt about it. So each state will have its own differences and things like that are going to be a little bit, slight differences from market to market. But yeah, there's a lot of excitement here for bringing customers aboard. And you can actually see it in our compensation plan. The battery compensation is actually written right into our compensation plan. It's already there in black and white. So
there's a new compensation plan? I didn't see it.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I guess there's a new compensation plan.
Yeah, we updated the compensation plan about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So there's a brand new compensation. All of it's been updated in there. So yeah, you want to check that out in your web office for sure. Get a copy of the compensation plan.
That would be my back office, or I have to find it online?
Yep, you can get it in your web office. Yep, go through your web office. It's available right there in the tools section of your web office. Absolutely.
It's going to be a game changer.
All right, it is. This is a big one. I mean, look, we've got to take advantage of it for sure. So I can tell that you're excited about it based on your questions and how.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Appreciate you being here. And thanks for the question. All right, let's see. I saw Lisa had her hand up. So Lisa, go right ahead.
Okay, great. I was trying to unmute and you had control of it. Okay. Good evening and thank you for the information. Regarding the battery, now I understand people will qualify for the battery, it gets installed. The battery only kicks in when there's no power to the home, correct?
So the battery will kick in when there's no power to the home, but there's a lot more happening behind the scenes, Lisa. See, a lot of people, they ask this question, and I'm glad you're asking it this way because I can key in on this as well. The battery is something that we control, that our company owns it. We put it on the customer's home at no cost to them. And we're going to be utilizing that battery every single day with like technology, artificial intelligence in the background. We're going to be charging that battery up when prices are low, like overnight at 3 a.m. when energy costs are like minimal. And then we're going to be turning it on and actually shutting your circuit breaker, your main circuit breaker on your panel. We're going to shut that thing off and your meter is going to stop spinning multiple times throughout the day. You will not even know that it's happening. And so the battery is going to be what's called dispatched It could be dispatched at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 10 o'clock in the evening, 8 o'clock in the evening when energy costs are very high. And then you saw from that video that we're sharing that savings back to the customer. So if we charge the battery when energy is low, and then we turn it on without you even knowing it when energy is high, we're saving money for you and for us and sharing the savings back to you seamlessly without anybody even knowing that it's happening. And that's what happens. That's how we can give you this long-term rate price to compare versus the utility, because we're going to use that battery to your advantage, utilizing our technology platform attached to the battery. So a very powerful platform.
Okay. And so therefore, when in terms of billing for billing purposes, if the person has Pepco, will they just be receiving that savings, with the auto save and all of that and the battery? Does everything translate on to, or they'll find their savings on their one bill, or will they be getting a second bill that's attached to the battery savings?
No, with the battery, there is no second bill. So this is just one bill. So like we're talking about Illinois with the ComEd territory. So a ComEd customer, they have a ComEd electricity bill. They're still going to pay their ComEd electricity bill just like they always did. Nothing is going to change there. What they're going to see is a new rate on their ComEd bill that's attached to the battery, because a battery customer has a rate that's not available to the general public. They're getting a better rate than a customer who does not have a battery attached to their home.
Yeah. Right. Okay. One other question. If God forbid the power power grid goes completely down, covering several states or region or whatever the case may be, the only in terms of the battery, because again, is based on the power grid. I take it the only power you would, what is it? The battery would, whatever the battery has stored, that's how long you would have power, correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
And so it's not pulling in solar. It's not based on any solar. It's not generating solar power. So it's only based on the grid. So if a grid goes down, you have whatever you have saved on the battery, and when you're out, and you'll be out as well. Correct?
I would say yes and no. So partially correct. Because here's one of the things that's really cool about this, Lisa, is that let's say the actual battery itself, when you look into the technology that's in this battery, it actually has a generator transfer switch. It has the ability to accept an outside source to recharge that battery if there's extended days or weeks where there's no power on the grid, like regionally, if we want to call it that. Okay, so think about this. If you have a portable generator, you can charge up your battery. There's even ways for people to then be able to connect their car that already has gas in it and actually charge that battery back up that way. So there are ways to do that. There's going to be people who have rollout solar panels where they don't have rooftop solar on their house. They're not doing that, but in their garage they have a rollout solar panel that they can roll out on their driveway and recharge that battery during extended time frames where there's no power on the grid. So it's the best of both worlds. This system is made so that you can actually recharge it, even if there is no power on the grid during extended outages.
Okay. All righty. I think that answers all my questions. Thank you so very much, Tony.
You got it. Very exciting. So appreciate the question. Thanks for being here, Lisa. I see that I have Diana. Diana, go right ahead. Question. I think you can unmute yourself. I think you can. Let's see. I'll try it one more time. Diana asked to unmute. Go right ahead. If you can unmute, take your question. If not, I'll come back to you. Don't worry about that. All right. I am going to go to Fabiola. Fabiola, feel free to unmute.
Okay. I finally was able to. Tony, thank you so much for the info. So yeah, there's a few questions. Are we able to predict what is the lowest rate the customer is going to be able to get with the battery at this point?
No, we won't know that. That's going to be, based on the market, what's happening in the market. So what happens is we will lock the customer in who has the battery. Once they have the battery installed or at the time of install, they'll also be notified that, hey, this is the low rate offer that we're going to lock you in over the next 5 years, let's say. So it's going to be lower than anything else that's publicly available out there in the market. So we're locking in people on a super low rate that is not available to the general public. And so they'll be locked in on that rate. And then when renewal comes up after 5 years, let's say, they'll also have the same opportunity once again to lock in on a rate that is not available to the general public, and it's lower than anything else that's out there that's available publicly. So you can see all the terms and conditions that go along with that. That will become very crystal clear. You'll be able to start to see, and you can even go and kind of look at the energywell.com website and kind of see some of the terms and conditions. But starting on June 10th, this will be out there. Like, we're just 8 days away, maybe even less than that, from releasing all of these terms and conditions for everyone to see. But the bottom line, there's no downside for the customer at all. So Fabiola, let me ask, did that answer your question? I think I asked you to unmute
Okay,
again.
fine. Yeah, I was muted again. Yeah, thank you. You did. The other question I had is that I understand that this is only for Cook County. Yeah,
Now,
so far. Is there projection to open other counties in the near future, or how does that?
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That we'll get that information from corporate as we go. But yeah, this is just the start. This is the tip of the iceberg right now. We're going to move forward rapidly into other markets within Illinois and then into other states as well. So we're just getting started.
Okay, my last question. Can somebody be on community solar and the battery as well?
Yes. Yes, they can. 100%.
And then we'll be making residual on community solar and then on autosave.
Yes, that is correct. Now you have two residuals and basically you got three upfront bonuses, right? You got an upfront bonus for signing up the community solar customer, an upfront bonus for signing up the autosave customer, an upfront bonus for signing up the battery customer, and residual on community solar and autosave. So yeah, you really, I mean, the state of Illinois is amazing, Fabiola, because it's just what we have available. I mean, I live in Connecticut. I don't have any of this. I mean,
Don't move here, Tony. Don't move here. Just kidding.
So very exciting. So I appreciate the question. Does that answer your questions?
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that, Tony.
Okay, absolutely. Appreciate that as well. Thanks for being here. Diana, I see that you were able to get unmuted. Are you there?
Yes, I am. A couple of my questions have been answered, but I do have one more for flying into Chicago on June 9th and overnight stays. Would think have any blocks of rooms available assigned that we could take advantage of, or are you privy to
What I would say is there may be, I don't know the answer to that right at this second. But what I would say, and I would recommend, is call the local hotel. Let me go back to that screen so that it's on there. Because you can certainly, a lot of, like the Hilton, a lot of times they'll just say, you know what, just call up and say, hey, I'm looking to attend an event that you have going on there with Think Energy, and mention that you're going to an event that we're having at the hotel, and ask them if there's any type of, event discount that they have. That's the first thing to do. We'll look into. I meant to do this, I just didn't get a chance to do it yet, so I'm not informed on this specific.
I can't believe you didn't do that already, Tony.
Yeah, I know. I meant to, and
you're always on top of that. Come on.
I'll tell you. Yeah, and I've had a while to do it. It's just been one three-way call after the other since that 1 p.m. event today. So we'll find out. But I would say you can definitely call them and ask, and a lot of times they'll just do that. Even if they'll also, if there is a room block, let's say, that is available, that we've already put something in from the corporate side. I don't know that we have, but they'll be able to tell you, yes, you can sign up for it. Here's how you do it. So I would say calling the hotel is definitely the way to go, no matter what, right now.
Thank you so much. And always thanks again for all the great information, and you're correcting things right away.
All right. Fantastic. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for being here. I see Eddie.
Thank you.
Let's see. Eddie, question.
Oh, hey, I just wanted to unmute. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, great. Thank you for the opportunity and thank you for the time. I just have
Yeah.
a couple of questions. Um, does the customer get an app or online access in any way to have visibility into the rate, communications, billing, even what's going on with the battery?
So good question. As far as being able to like control and access the battery, there will be some small limited, let's call it limited if there is any, because the battery is something that they're not going to be interfacing and changing anything with the battery. That's what we do. We already have the technology platform that manages the battery. It's just there for that customer. As far as their rate goes, they're able to see the rate through their utility bill, so they can
Mm,
access their utility bill to see their rate, what they're being charged, the kilowatt hours that they're using. All of that is available on their existing ComEd utility bill. So
got
as
it.
far as being able to like access the battery and turn it on and off when you want to and things like that, that's not the purpose of the battery. Our technology platform and the battery, those two mesh together is what creates the savings for the customer and
Mm,
how we can bring that battery to that customer at no cost. So it's seamless. The customer doesn't do anything. They Now they can go over to the battery and they'll be able to look at the battery and see there's a display right on the battery that says how much charge it has on it. There's a nice little, shows how much energy is being used. So they'll be able to see that right on the battery itself. As far as apps and things like that, being able to see it on the phone, that's something that may be down the road, but we don't have all the information on that yet. But
mhm.
I just know right out of the gate that you can see it on the battery and you can see your rate on your bill and your usage on your bill.
Got it. So on the bill that the customer gets from ComEd, how will they know when your rate is better than or not better than the price to compare? How do they communicate it, and what does it look like on the bill?
Well, it's priced to compare at the time that the customer signs up. So we're giving them a rate that they lock in for a period of time, whatever it is, 3 years or 5 years, whatever the timeline is. That could differ in each state, in each
Mm,
utility. But let's just call it, I'm not just giving an example, let's just call it 5 years. They're locking in on that rate for 5 years based on
mm.
what the rate was at that time that they signed up. That's how forecasting is done. That's how the program works. And then at the end of 5 years, a new rate comes up. So
Oh,
could there be that's so it's a fixed rate over the long term. And
is that
and look,
autosave? Is that autosave?
yeah, well, that's what they're locking in at on this. Now with autosave, we're going to have all the details that come out with autosave, okay? And once
Oh,
we
that's
have all those details with
okay.
the autosave customer, they're going to have a price that is below the price to compare of the utility company. Okay, so let's say the utility company changes their rate twice a year. Let's just say that's what it is in the ComEd territory. Maybe they
Mhm,
change it 3 times a year, but whatever that is, we're going to be looking at that price to compare what
mhm,
they publish as the rate. And then we're
mhm,
going to have a savings that is below that.
mm.
That savings amount is going to be quantified in an agreement with that customer over the long term. Now, let's
Oh,
say if they're an autosave customer and they're not a
mm.
fixed rate customer, like in Illinois, that's going to be long term, that they're never going to have to renew, and every single month they're going to be lower than the price to compare with the utility no matter what happens with the utility, month after month after month after month. That's how autosave works. Now in the state of Texas, and you'll hear this on some of the calls, they don't have autosave, so they have fixed rates in that state. So in those states, and you'll hear them when we do the call on Wednesday at 9:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, you'll hear those people talking about how they have fixed rates that they locked in for a long period of time, 5 years at a time. So autosave is monthly savings versus the price to compare for 15 straight years. That's
And the
it. The customer,
savings, how does it, is it just a rate or do they see hey, you just saved $30 this month, or the rate was this and then your rate is this? How do they
yeah,
know it's,
they'll see an actual rate on their ComEd bill. So
mm,
ComEd has to show their price to compare rate, and then Think Energy will show or the company, whatever company is showing up there as the supply rate, Energy Well, whatever it is, our parent company, or Think Energy or Think Home Solutions, that will show on the bill with a rate each month. So it's a quantity. You can actually see the rate if you look at your bill.
Got it. I was just confused because the way that was explained to me is the customer moves from Think Energy Supply back to the ComEd default rate multiple times potentially throughout the year, and that's what threw me off. It sounds like they're just going to be on Think Energy the whole time.
Yeah, that is correct. And so what happens is with a customer who is not a battery customer, so we have to kind of look at that, right? And say,
just a traditional autosave. Yeah.
Right. So if it's an autosave customer without a battery, they can go back and forth from the utility back to Think Energy, back and forth. Depends on what's available. Can we save them money? When they're a battery customer and they're on autosave, they're going to always be with Think Energy as their supplier. And we're going to get all the details on this. We're going to find out what that full offer looks like and value proposition. That's going to be out there publicly very soon.
Thank you.
Okay, absolutely. Appreciate that. All right, let's see. I have iPhone 15. Go right ahead.
Hello. Hello. Thank you for the Zoom tonight. I'm appreciating it. I was wondering with this battery program, do I sign up as a customer for $59? How does that work?
No, you can sign up as a customer. There's no cost to be a customer. There's zero cost to be a customer and zero cost to get a battery. So you can become an autosave customer, zero cost. You can become a battery customer, zero cost. If you'd like to become an energy advisor and actually have your own business in the energy sector, your own side hustle, if you want to call it that, and actually make money, by helping people get batteries and come on to autosave and all that, that's where the $59 comes in.
Okay. All right. That's what I was wondering. I'm already a Think customer now with my son. So
great.
That's me. Hi.
Hi. All right. Love it. Love it. Well, then you may want to become a battery customer if you qualify, and then you might even want to become an energy advisor. Sure.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Appreciate that question. Thank you for being a customer. We appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. I have David. David, go right ahead.
I was confused.
Let's see if we can get David. David, I think I just asked you to unmute. David H.
Hello.
There we go. Hey, David. You're in.
Yeah, I have a series of questions. I'm a building engineer by trade. And this is brilliant. I was wondering when this would come to fruition. Now, I'm going to try to do this quick because I have a series of questions and I don't want to hold up. But you say, so you need a home and 600 credit in order to do this. The home, you say, actually should be a fee simple dwelling. And it would, what if it's a duplex or if it's a townhome or these types of things? They're not, is there?
Not right now. It needs to be a single home on its own property. And the owner needs to live there. So they need to live there, and it needs to be a single family home.
Okay, good. And
then right now, that could change in the future, but that's where we are at launch.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now there's the installation. How fast and where would the batteries go? As if I was to talk to someone and they asked that question, how fast would they get them? What's the time period and where would they put the batteries?
Great question. Batteries go outside generally. They're on the outside of the home. Okay. And how fast, as far as actually getting them, like how long does it take to install? The battery teams can kind of install like 2 batteries a day. So we like to say it's like 4 hours or less, roughly, to have a battery installed. So we need the homeowner to be home when we're installing the battery. But yeah, it's kind of like a cable appointment. Hey, do you want cable? Okay, great. You need to be home. We're there.
Now, depending on the size of the home, would actually consider the amount of batteries they would need?
Yeah, it's not really the size of the home, David. It's more the usage on the bill.
Okay.
So now here's the thing. There are incentives in the state of Illinois that we're going to find out more about as we go. but there's a huge push in the state of Illinois and why we're actually launching Illinois faster. There's been some programs that have been set up by the utilities and the government to really get this thing moving because they know they're going to be in a bind for power in Illinois and prices are going through the roof. So they want to drive down the cost. So there's probably a way for us to get up to 4 batteries on someone's home that only uses 8,000 kilowatt hours potentially. So this could be like in Texas, we're going to put 2 batteries on your home if you're using 18,000 kilowatt hours a year. But in Illinois, we might be able to put up to 4 batteries on your home with just 8,000 kilowatt hours a year of usage. It's crazy, but that's how the program works. That's the economics in Illinois.
Yeah. I actually worked in California for a friend, and we lived off grid. But how big are these batteries? Are they the huge ones that they're pretty big, right? I mean, obviously you're going to have something the size of I can't even think of a trash can.
Yeah, no, they're not quite as big as a trash can. These things, they weigh about 250 pounds and they're the size of like a big suitcase.
That's okay. That's what I meant. The smaller trash can.
Yeah, smaller trash can. There you go.
Now they're also charged by generator transfer switch, you said, and also I guess it's done by solar if solar is available. If it's not cold, it's not dark. And is there any third way to? I guess there's not a third way to charge. Those are really the only two, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's just basically there's a port there. There's a power port there that you can hook up an outside source to. So whatever power connector you can get there, whether it's a car, whether it's a portable generator, whether it's somebody who has a Tesla and wants to charge their whatever that interface would be, or maybe you have rollout solar panels. But yeah, it's a portable power source, let's call it that, a portable external power source that can actually recharge during extended outages.
Okay, good. Okay, at the now this, you say it sort of it monitors itself. It'll go on and off by itself, or do you program this in? Because we used to do a little bit of both.
Yeah, well, we have some technology. Our platform with Energy Well, we have this platform in Energy Well that allows us to do this. So it's all done, through automated technology. So it's not like it would be prescribed. It's not like here's your date, your set, like, oh, we're going to turn you on at this time and off at this time. That has nothing to do with it. We're going to 24/7 look for ways that we can add value and find value by having that battery attached to the grid at your home. And then we're going to share some of that savings to you. So if we can find value at 4 a.m., we're going to find it. We're going to do something. If we can find it at 10 a.m., we're going to find it.
That's brilliant. Anybody who has a generator is a perfect candidate. If they have a CP, a civil dwelling,
Absolutely. How old? If somebody's pulling, somebody's running low, quick, the power went out. Let's run down and pull the cord on the generator and let's fill that thing up. And that's a perfect candidate for a battery for sure.
Well, my sister, for example, was talking about a generator just recently, and I know if I bring this up to her, she goes, "I want that." I would imagine. Now, how old is this company? This is just an odd question.
We're a 3-year-old company. Our company is 3 years old.
Okay, you guys have got a wonderful plan. Now you said about something about meshing together, but I forget what that was. Let me go to the next question. The customer does nothing. Okay. Okay. I am okay. Auto save 9 days. Yeah, 9 days. That's. Can you expand on in 9 days what's happening exactly in about 9 days? There's a
So we're having an event in, I guess it's in 8 days. We're having an event, our local event in, let me put that up on the screen as well, so that we have that there. Where is our local event? Join our community. Oh, there we go. There we go. So this is going to be at the Hilton Oak Lawn. So we're actually having our launch event that night. And then that morning, or at 12:01 a.m., we're going to launch this program basically on June 10th.
Wow.
So on June 10th, we're going to any customers that are already signed up on autosave in the state of Illinois, they're going to be automatically pre-qualified. We're going to start doing that automatically and notifying the energy advisors who signed up those customers so that they can go give the good news to their customer that they're not expecting.
Wow, I could imagine the scheduling. For example, if my sister says, "Dave, I do want that," and then I was to have everything done correctly, and then some eventually you're going to say, "Okay, well, here's the communication on logistics and getting it installed, and it's going to be done in 2 weeks, a month, or 3 months, or I'm not sure how fast you guys would be able to install either."
Yeah, they're generally going to we'll find out more about installation times and schedules, but I like to think like end of summer, end of summer, early fall kind of thing is when we're probably going to start installing batteries. We'll find out more specifics. Don't hold me to that. I'm just kind of going from what I've heard. But yeah, the object is to, get the customers in now so that they can get on this schedule and be the first to get it. The sooner you're an autosave customer, the faster you can get pre-qualified, the sooner you can get on the schedule to get a battery. So it's all about speed. It's all speed right now. First in, first served, right?
Wow. Okay. Now also maintenance. With what we were using I think is the same things, but it does take distilled water was used and these types of things. Now, no customer's not going to maintain these by themselves. Is there a maintenance team that's going to come out eventually and do this, or was it just replace the complete whole battery? I've done that as well without the.
Yeah, great
maintaining,
question.
For example, is topping it off with the distilled and cleaning the terminals and doing these types of things.
Yeah. Great question. So these are lithium phosphate batteries. So so there's very little maintenance that goes on with these batteries. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to direct you as well to make sure, David, that you go, like, you of all people that I've talked to in the last month, you 100% need to go onto the EcoFlow website, and you need to go to ecoflow.com and check out everything there. And also go to the EcoFlow YouTube channel and go watch all of the battery videos. Like, you're going to love what is on that platform. You're going to love it, first of all.
Well, I've been in sales. I could be extremely good at this, but
I love it.
I really could. I mean, I'm not saying that because, I did it. For example, I know I don't want to hold everyone up, but the one more thing is when I did the maintenance, and we actually there's a trick, and I'll just say it. Cairo syrup will cause, if you clean the terminals and get it done, if you put Cairo. My dad studied batteries for years for AT&T, and he told me the trip they would use Cairo syrup, and it goes over and it'll stop corrosion.
I love it.
Anyway, I'm just giving you that. If that's something I should have even said, but okay,
yeah, look,
I'll do that.
There's going to be zero maintenance from the customer side. They're not even allowed to maintain anything. And if anything goes wrong with the battery, we're just going to, we own the battery. It's up to us to go out and fix the battery or put a new one in. And that's really what it comes out to. These things are just plug and play. That's what they are. So, if the battery goes bad, they're already going to know from an electronic standpoint. They're going to know from what's going on the internet, because these are connected batteries. They're going to know exactly what's wrong with the battery before they even get there. So that's basically what it is. Oh, David, hang on one sec. I have to ask you to unmute again. You came up on mute for some reason.
Okay. All right. One last one. I'm sorry to hold it, but I knew this was needed.
All good.
There's no cost to batteries and to the customer at all if they actually do the program. But there is if they want to. Of course, if they want to sell, they got to become they got to become qualified. Now, website. Why do you need a 600 credit? Is it because is there a point when you are going to be selling something that needs to be that do you need a credit of 600 in order to be qualified?
No, we're not selling anything to the customer at all. Here's what it is, David. So the way that we're making our money back on this battery is by finding times when we can create value between peak time, demand time, and off-peak non-demand time. The difference, if it costs like 2 cents a kilowatt hour at 3 a.m. to charge the battery, and we charge it for 2 cents a kilowatt hour, and then we run it at 5 p.m. when energy is 20 cents a kilowatt hour, that's the value. Okay. if that that customer is getting that value, we're bringing the cost of their electric bill down with our auto save and battery technology. So they're getting the shared savings in that. But if they don't pay their bill, we can't make our money back on the battery through the electric company, through that peak demand and non-peak. So that's why we want a 600 credit score, because it kind of tells us at least they're most likely going to pay their bill most of the time.
Okay, so EcoFlow website, I should go look at it, and the YouTube, anything I can find on the EcoFlow YouTube videos. And if there was a contact,
go subscribe to the EcoFlow YouTube channel like I did. You're gonna love it. I can tell. I mean, you're asking all the questions that I asked when I first looked at this, so we're like right on the same page here.
Okay. Well, good. Yeah, I could feel it. I wanted to ask the right questions. And if I was to want to contact the company, is there a phone number you have that's easier to get contact and have to go through a bunch of things and try to talk to some computer thing? You know what I mean? You have direct lines. It's easy to get in contact with you guys.
Oh yeah. Well, you get in touch with the person that invited you here. You know, the energy advisor who connected you. And they'll actually get you in touch with all the powers that be from whatever you need from there. Absolutely.
Okay, well, wonderful. Okay, so there's my series of questions. I can't thank you enough for your help.
Okay. All right, David, I appreciate the questions. I know it's helped everybody on here, so thank you for being here.
Yes, sir, Tony. Thank you.
All righty, appreciate that. All right.
How do I turn this back off, or do you turn it off for me, or do I turn the?
Yep, we got it. Thank you. Let's see. Do we have Moisha? Are you there?
Yeah. Hi. How are you?
There we go. Hello, my friend. Great. Good to see your smiling, friendly face.
Well, you're coming to Illinois finally. So who in Illinois is not smiling? So
there you go.
First of all, great presentation again. I think the pre-launch, which we're right on the footsteps of, but up until now, we've heard a lot of different types of information. We've been saying things. I think Eddie brought up one thing, so I just wanted to confirm. The backup battery is good for how long? In other words, if there's an outage, if there's an outage for a week, will this battery store energy for up to a week, electricity?
It could, as long as you conserve your energy at your home and you lower your usage. So it all depends on this. Like, let's just give you an example. What we're talking about, if you look at the stats, let's say somebody gets 4 batteries installed, which is kind of what's going to happen probably with most people. That's 40 kilowatts of energy, right? So let's just say that, I don't know, you run your microwave at your house. And let's say your microwave is 1 kilowatt, but you have 40 kilowatts in the battery. That means, you could run your microwave for 40 hours. If you never stopped running your microwave, you could run your microwave for 4, or you could have 40 microwaves running at the same time. Like, that's what we're talking about. So, but that will deplete your battery very quickly. Okay. So by conserving, so the amount of time that the battery lasts is based on how much it has in it, like the percentage charge it has in it, and then the amount of usage that you're using in your home. So if you're expecting an extended power outage, they want that battery to last as long as they can. So the most likely you're going to say, don't turn on every light, don't charge, don't leave everything plugged in. Maybe you run your air conditioning a little higher or your heat a little lower so that you can extend that time. So there's no way for anybody to say how long someone's battery is going to last, because there's 2 variables. One is how much charge is in the battery at the time of the outage, and then how much are they using on an hourly basis at any given time, to deplete that battery. So again, sure. I mean, I have, just to give you an example, I have an EcoFlow battery at my home that I purchased. I have one. Okay. It's only 4 kilowatts. That's all. So we're talking about putting a 40 kilowatt system in someone's home. My 4 kilowatt battery, if I conserve energy and I want to run my refrigerator, my lights, my internet, and just the essentials, with my little tiny 4 kilowatt battery, I can go 2 weeks on that little battery by conserving energy. Now, if I ran my central air conditioning at 70, 65 degrees, it would deplete it very quickly. So it's just a matter of what's important to you. So if you want to keep the lights on and you want to keep your refrigerator and your food, viable and the important things, then you shut other things off to extend that battery. That's what the user has control over.
Okay, excellent. Did I understand correctly that with the battery comes a panel that you can bring out of the garage and attach to the battery? Is that what you said or no?
Yeah, so with the battery, if you look at the EcoFlow Ocean Pro battery and you go to their website or their YouTube channel and check out their videos, you'll see that, and in our training, and our certification, it talks about that there's an external port that's outside that allows you to connect a portable generator to your battery. So if you deplete it, and let's say your power's out for 10 days, a hurricane comes through or whatever, you can actually use a portable generator or your car or whatever power source you want to connect to that external port to then top off that battery so that you can then run it for another day or 2 days or whatever time frame you would have based on your usage and what you're using at your home.
Got it. Is there a conflict between the battery and if someone has an EV and they've got their own charging station at home?
Nope. All good. We want that. Absolutely. So the installation team will understand that, and they're all the experts in that stuff. We don't have to worry about that. But yeah, if somebody has an electric vehicle, they want the battery, definitely, absolutely. Then they could maybe potentially use their EV to back to top off their battery if there's an extended outage, folks. So there's a lot of great things that can happen there for sure. So it's all good.
Right. No, that's phenomenal. One other thing, I don't know if we touched upon it, talking about saving or generating more electricity than we need, sending it back or selling it back to the utility, and thereby providing a much bigger discount to the customer from the bill. And from what I've heard, it could be up to 50%. Is that true, or?
That's actually something that's not happening. So when you're talking about producing more energy than you use, you're talking about having a solar array on your home, let's say. Okay, and we're not interfacing with solar arrays like people who have solar panels on their home. They're not a battery candidate. That disqualifies them, at least right now. So there's not a situation. The battery is not creating energy for the grid. The battery it gets charged by the grid and it stores energy, okay, and then it dispatches it, but it's not creating energy out of thin air. So the battery's not, you're not becoming, it's not like a solar panel that's attached to your home where the sun creates energy just by the sun being out. The battery doesn't work like that. It uses the grid to charge itself, so it's using energy to charge, but it's storing it for usage later when energy rates are high. And that's where the savings comes from. Now, let's put it this way. Collectively, when you saw that video where it shows all the homes interconnected, right? Let's just use this as an example out in ComEd territory. If all of a sudden a big storm comes through and some kind of major heat episode in the summer comes through, and ComEd knows that they don't have enough battery power, they don't have enough electricity that they're generating to be able to power everyone's homes at the same time that wants their air conditioning on when it's 105 degrees outside. So they have to have what are called rolling brownouts or blackouts. Somebody's going to have their power shut off. That's just how it works. And some people have been the unfortunate recipients of that in Chicago, maybe some people on this call. I've had it here in Connecticut. So it definitely happens. What's great about our battery is that if we have stored energy there from at 3 a.m. and all of a sudden at 3 p.m. it's really hot out, ComEd can contact Think Energy and ask Think Energy, this can be done electronically, can you please turn on all of your batteries at all of your homes right now and shut off their circuit breakers and run everybody off of battery so that the entire ComEd territory will not lose power? Okay, that's the benefit of how we can actually move that stored energy back to the grid when ComEd needs it and we don't. That has value to ComEd and they'll pay us for that. And that's part of having the battery and being able to get great rates for our customers. So when you think about this, every time we put a battery in, Moisha, it's everybody is better off. Whether you have a battery or not, you're potentially getting a benefit from this by us being able to dispatch the battery and avoid brownouts for the entire community.
Phenomenal. Wow. A lot of food for thought, and the way you've explained it, I will tell you is new. I've been on a lot of the calls and the workshops, and as we get closer to it, we'll become more familiar with it. But this is really we have to keep on hearing this because
it's good stuff.
Everyone
it's all good all the way around.
Yeah.
So yeah, the more
question.
batteries. Yep.
Yeah. If someone's locked into a rate, you know, the electricity rate from, we locked them in for 3 years. We locked them in for 12 months. In order for that to get the battery, they have to be on autosave. Can they be on autosave if we've locked them into a certain rate?
Can they be on autosave? And what was the last part? I lost that.
If we've locked them in to a certain rate, let's say last summer, we gave someone a rate of 5.8 or 11.9, locked them in for 3 years or for 12 months. That time period is not over. Can they still get autosave?
Yeah, they can go on. They can switch to autosave anytime they'd like to. Absolutely. So a customer is free to come off of it. If they're on a fixed rate with Think Energy right now, they can then opt to forego that rate and get on to autosave. They can sign up for autosave and come off of their fixed rate. They can either wait until the end or they can cancel it and start autosave, sooner. So that's up to the customer what they want to do. But if they want to get a battery, it's best for them to get on to autosave for sure.
So I know this is a general question because you're going to have to look at each rate and each bill. Would you advise them to seriously consider doing that?
If they want a battery, I mean, here's the thing: our company, like we're going to pre-qualify. I mean, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I imagine. I mean, if someone's on a fixed rate and we realize that they'd be a great battery customer, I imagine the company is going to tell, the advisor who has that customer, hey, your customer's on a fixed rate. They'd be great for a battery. You might want to contact them about the battery and let them know that they can come off of the fixed rate, get onto autosave and get a battery, and let the customer decide what they want to do. I wouldn't really advise the customer and then say, here, yes, do it, or no, don't. That's up to the customer. Let the customer have the option is the key. So that's what I would do, in that regard. I wouldn't say every single time a customer should cancel and get onto autosave. Maybe not. That's up to the customer. They have to look at their usage and their rate and things like that. But, and we also, Moisha, we have to see what the overall value proposition is. We haven't even released it yet. We just know it's going to be lower than the price to compare. We don't know what that actual number is yet. It has not been, there's been some things that have been put into the certification that was kind of a placeholder, I think, but we're going to find out what that value proposition is here in the next week. And then it's going to be crazy. It's going to be lights out. Everybody's going to be going, you got to get on this platform. Autosave is the way. That's what's going to happen.
And one last question, because I know there are others who want to ask. I assume the demand is going to go through the roof. Will Think have a dedicated customer advisor support for this product?
Yeah, we're gonna definitely like beef up a lot. Like the support for the customer will start with once the customer is pre-qualified by Think Energy, and then the advisor is notified, and that advisor says to the customer, hey, you qualify for a battery. It's the battery team that takes over from there, right? So now they're going to get contacted by the battery team, and now they're going to be going through a separate channel at the company. And that's something that the company has invested a lot of money in scaling up, getting personnel in there, training people, all of that. That's been happening during our, the last 4 months or 5 months in Texas. That's where we've been doing this so that we could bring it to Illinois now. So this has been happening in the background. So yeah, we've got the personnel absolutely to scale.
Excellent. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, absolutely. I appreciate that. Great questions. Love it. I know everybody benefits from it. And let's see, I have Phyllis. Go right ahead, Phyllis. I know you've been patiently waiting.
Hey, question for you. You know, when you show the map and then you say it's only Cook County, that map that's in green is a whole lot more counties than Cook. So are we going by the map or are we just going and saying Cook County?
So we're actually going by the map is kind of the accurate map that they put out, but there's going to be a zip code list that we have access to.
Okay.
So
all right.
So yeah. So pretty soon it'll be like, yes, it's available. No, it's not, based on zip code. That's where we're going to be going with it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Great question. That means you're right on target. You're like, okay, who am I going to go talk to? Where do they need to live? All that good stuff. I would just say, look, this is just the start of it, you guys. I mean, we're initially doing this 1.8 million out of 3.1 million customers, but I can tell you that that's not where it's going to stay. This is going to expand pretty quickly. So Lisa, we're back. Lisa, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thanks again. Okay, so I heard part of an answer and then it's like the sentence stopped. So just for clarification, okay, you have autosave, you have to have autosave to get the battery. Autosave, again, the rate could fluctuate. Again, autosave will find the best rate to charge the customer. But if you also have the battery, you mentioned a 5-year locked-in rate. So that kind of confuses me because in one end you have a fluctuation, but then you're saying you're locked into a different rate with the battery.
That's my fault, and I apologize for that. So in the state of Texas, that's where we have locked in long-term rates with the battery. Okay. In Illinois, that we don't have that. In Illinois, we have autosave, and we're going to find out. We know for a fact that when the autosave customer gets a battery installed, we know that they're going to get a different autosave savings than someone who doesn't have the battery. It will be lower than someone who doesn't have the battery. So we're going to find out all those details. They're starting to release those soon. I just saw a text come through from Michael Falquist about this, where we can where I might be able to preview some of this, but I don't think it's ready for prime time yet. So that's where we are.
Okay, and then I guess one more thing. Okay, community solar. How does that? Because I know they said someone earlier said you could have all three. How does that kick in terms of saving you on your bill?
Yeah, that's just a separate. That's a separate line item discount that goes, on the bill. So can a customer be on, community solar and have a battery? Sure, they can certainly do that. They're gonna get a discount whether they're gonna get their community solar discount just like they always would. So it's just like, can you be on autosave and community solar at the same time? And the answer is you can. You can do both. And so being on autosave with a home battery is no different than being on autosave with community solar. So you can be autosave with community solar or autosave battery with community solar. It's just a stackable, I like to call it a stackable savings. So you just like putting one coupon on top of another. That's the simplest way to think about it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. How low can we go? Get my bill down, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting here saying, well, I'm in Connecticut. We don't have anything. We don't have community solar. We don't have autosave. We don't have battery. I'm like, I can't be any of these things. And I'm sitting there going, could I at least have one type of savings that I could stack on, on
Right.
itself?
And I'm in Washington, D.C., so we have all three, I take it.
Yeah. So
Okay.
who knows? Maybe we'll have a fourth one. Maybe next year we'll be talking about a fourth savings. Who knows? I don't know that. I'm not
Right.
speculating. I'm just saying you just never know.
Right. Oh, one more thing. Texas. Well, Illinois. I hear the certain county in Texas. Is it the state of Texas, like Dallas or Houston, San Antonio? Is it a specific area that they're releasing the battery to in Texas?
Yeah, yeah, it absolutely is. So yeah, we're doing it within generally right now during the
Uh-huh.
pilot phase. We're doing it within 1 hour drive of Dallas in any
Okay.
direction, and
Okay.
1 hour of Houston. Now Houston's huge, so you
Yeah.
you could be in Houston for an hour and then an hour beyond that. So kind of
Uh-huh.
like center of Houston, center of Dallas, an
Okay.
hour radius. That's where most of our customers are.
Oh, great. Okay. Because we have school
Battery
reunions there.
customers.
Okay. I got some people there. Okay, great. Thank you
Great.
so much.
Love it. Love it. Everyone get on the call, on Tuesday, on Wednesday night at 9:30, and get on that call. And I have Big John. Let's see. Big John, are you there? Let's try it again. Big John.
Hey, Tony.
Hey.
Hey, great job, Tone. Great job as always.
Hey,
Tone,
what's up, guys? I appreciate it.
I was under the assumption that autosave is good until the batteries are installed. Then that whole theory goes out the window because we're going to be announcing a percentage of saving for the Chicago market on June 9th. In other words, we could be saying 15%, 20%, right? We don't know yet, but
we don't know. That's
gonna be a constant. So therefore, everybody will be on flow. Now, the people that are renting or have a townhouse, they're going to be on the autosave because they're not entitled to the battery. But once the people get the battery installed, they're off of autosave. They go over to the Energy Well fixed rate that's based on a set percentage of savings for everyone.
Based on the price to compare from the utility company. And that's what we don't know. You're exactly right. We don't know what that percentage is yet because they haven't published it yet. We just know that it's a 15-year savings percentage versus the price to compare. And that customer is not on autosave going like, oh, let's compare the utility and see if we're lower and then move you back and forth. That's never going to happen with a battery customer.
Exactly.
They're permanently saving money.
Anybody that's in the room on June 9th at the Hilton Oaklawn is going to hear the saving, the percentage is going to be announced on that day. And that percentage is going to stay constant no matter where ComEd goes up or down.
That's correct. Yeah. If all of a sudden ComEd, that's the question everybody has, John. They go, well, what if I get my battery and I've got this rate and then all of a sudden ComEd's rates go down? Well, guess what? You're going to have a percentage savings versus the new lower rate.
So it's not a set number everybody needs to know. It's a set percentage.
That's what we're under the assumption of what it is. I'm just going to wait until they announce the entire thing, before I even get fully into that. But I would just say I love the line that's in there where it says 15 years savings versus the price to compare. That's it. It's in black and white already. And we know that, like John said, we just don't know what the percentage is yet.
You got to be there. You got to be in the room.
Got to be in the room, and then you're going to get that little bonus too that goes all the way through the end of the year. An extra $100.
Tony, there's people flying in from all over the country because this is an historical event, and I bet you Moshe will have 50 people. This is his time to shine. He's in Chicago.
This is things happen.
This is what he's been waiting for. I guarantee you he'll have 50 people in the room that night.
He's got the double thumbs up go. Oh, there you go.
Well, there's a
100.
little bit of pressure on Moshe now.
Oh, there you go. Love it. I love it. Big John, yes, indeed. So very exciting. It's going to be an exciting time. Everybody's got to get registered for that event. Be at the event, you guys. We're going to be back here doing this. I saw Phyllis and John. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I see Sherry. Sherry. I haven't heard from Sherry. So Sherry, what's your question?
Hey, Tony. A wonderful job as always. I always love your trainings and I love how you explain things. And I want to encourage everybody to get battery certified because so many of your questions have been answered in battery certification. And I want everybody to know that if they get battery certified, they'll understand things well too.
No doubt about it. That's great advice from Sherry. You guys, she's plugged in. She's gone through the battery certification and she just said it right. You're right. You know what, Sherry, it's true because a lot of the stuff that I'm answering, I learned it in the battery certification. That's how I learned it. So yes, everyone needs to go and do that battery certification. We have people, there are people like the company is telling us, they're telling the founders and the partners, they're telling us that there are people in Texas who have batteries and their up team, their sponsor and their sponsor, and that they're not certified. And so they will not get paid unless they get certified. So there's like this run. It's like, you better go get certified now. So yes, thank you for that, Sherry. I appreciate you pointing that out. You stated something that I was too afraid to state, but thank you for delivering that news.
Thank you, Tony, as always.
All right, appreciate that. Thank you, Phyllis. Where are we, Phyllis? You got another question?
I got one question. So
let's go.
If we have to sign up somebody for autosave to get the battery, then so that's a point. And then after we get the battery, how many points is that? Because we still have the price to compare. So is that 3 more points?
What I would say is go into the compensation plan and look at the battery compensation plan, and you'll see that. There are points there that are listed, and I'm just going to leave it at that for everybody because everybody should know this, especially if you're an energy advisor. You should be able to go into your web office, and once you're in your web office, you go to the tools section, and then you go to documents, and in the documents, there is the compensation plan. You guys, everybody should have this. If you're an energy advisor, like I have it on my phone. I went in there, I downloaded it. Anytime they update it, I download it. I have it on my phone so I can send it to people. It's a PDF. And in the PDF, there's a battery, compensation plan. It's right in there. So I'm going to encourage everybody to do that. Go into the battery compensation plan and read the battery compensation plan. There's points for everything that we do. Let's put it that way. So thank you for that, Phyllis. I appreciate that. All right, everybody. It has been a marathon, an hour and a half. It's been like an hour of questions, Q&A. So appreciate everybody being here. We will be back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. Go invite everybody you know who knows people in Chicago, Illinois, or the surrounding area, and everybody who lives in and around that area. Get them on this call tomorrow. We're going to do the same thing. Quick presentation followed by Q&A. Is it Larice? Is that it? Larice, question?
Yes, it's Larice. So I just wanted to make sure I seen this was recorded. Where can I find it? Where can I find this?
We will get. I'm going to post both recordings from today onto our YouTube channel. So I'll just give you the link right now so you can have it. I should have put it up on the screen, but I didn't. But it's youtube.com/@thinkbiggest.
Can you put it in the chat? Can you put it in the chat possibly?
Yep, I'll put it in the chat. youtube.com/@thinkbiggest. Okay, so I'm going to put that in the chat right now. And that's where you'll be able to get it. It will be, I would say it's going to take like, I'll try to get it done before, tonight. But the first one will be there. I already have that one. I'll be posting that shortly, the 1 p.m. with the Q&A. And I'll also post this one so that you can go back and review and go from there. And let me just apologize in advance in case I started talking about Texas overviews and compensation. I apologize. I was stuck on that because I was thinking about the testimonies that are coming up. So in Texas they have fixed rates. In Illinois we have autosave, and we'll be finding out, as Big John was talking about, we're going to find out what that discount is and what the actual full value proposition is coming up very soon. All right, everybody.
Thank you very much,
I
sir.
want to thank everyone for being here. Larice, did I get your question answered?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that. All right, everybody. I did not get a chance to get to the chat, and I apologize. I just didn't get to it. So I appreciate everybody being here. This is Tony Procopio from New Fairfield, Connecticut. Over and out. Everybody have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for being here.